All right, y'all. Okay, so what we're doing today is we are going through custom setups in the game. I'm in career mode. I've made it all the way up here to the wingless sprints. The reason why I'm using the wingless sprints in this is because the way you kind of set these up can kind of go hand in hand with the late models and everything. The only difference is torsion bars. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to dive into this, and I'm going to show everybody what I do. This may not go for everybody, but we're going to go to the first race. You know what? I might actually turn the camera off for this, so that way I can see everything. Well, we'll see how this goes. So I really don't have many custom setups for these yet. See, going into Volusia, I have no custom setup. So let's go ahead, pop on over here. Okay, so in order to know how to set these up, and we're going to go kind of into depth on these. So in order to, so that way you know what torsion bars are, I'm going to give a quick explanation. You can watch YouTube videos or other YouTube videos, I guess. So a torsion bar goes across. There's two torsion bars for the front, two torsion bars for the back. They go across on the front torsion bars. They go in front of your front axle, and the rear torsion bars, I believe, go behind the rear axle. So your right torsion bar, even though they kind of cross like this, your right side torsion bar is adjusted on the left side of the car with the torsion stop. It's a little bolt. You screw it up and down, and the torsion bar on the other side has what's called a torsion arm, and that's what's going to push up and down. Now, the size of the diameter of the torsion bar will determine how soft or how hard. So we go here, if we go up on diameter, that's going to be a stiffer torsion bar. You go down on it, that's going to be a lighter torsion bar. That makes sense? Okay. So you go down on this, that's going to soften even more. So, and I'm really horrible at explaining things. So let's say you got your torsion bar coming across, and on top of your torsion bar is your torsion arm, that which goes and then rests on the axle, the axle tubing. So if you wanted to go down further, soften it, you would go negative. You would be pushing down on that torsion bar, and then opposite. So just remember, the smaller the number, the more cushion you're going to have, the more it's going to compact down. Okay, so for these cars, I am going to turn that camera off. Yeah, because I'll do this. Oops. How do I do that? How do I do that? Oh, I don't want to start because I'm recording. I can't adjust the camera. Well, you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. So your shock bump, I'm not 100% on actually what that is. I think that's how far your shock goes down. Okay. So I always run that on everything. I run that all the way down. So that way when I go in the corner, I want the car to come down. Shock rebound is the obvious. Shock rebound is how fast and how quick your shock is going to rebound and come up. On the left front, I always run it at a 3. Your tire pressures, you want to run those low. In real life, they're running that left rear at about a 4 to a 5, and they're running their fronts at about a 6. This being video gaming, it's not completely realistic. but it's pretty close. Your torsion bars on the back. A lot of people will say, well, they need the left sides need to be the same. No, on the back, you want your torsion bars on the back to be very close. You want that back to squat down, so that way you're getting pushed coming off the corner. You're getting that forward bite and a little bit of side bite. We're going to do other things for side bite, but you want to squash the back down so that way you get that forward bite. That's why a lot of times in these cars, in midget cars, you'll see them, they'll pop wheelies. It's because they're getting as much, it's called forward bite. So when you're coming around a corner and you want to get going forward as fast as you can, that's forward bite. So oops, I need to change. There we go. So on my torsion bar diameter for my left rear, I run both of my rears on these cars. I'm going to do them at the smallest I could go, which is the 950. The stop, I'm going to take all the way down to a 1. I need to change this. There we go. Okay, same with the shock bump. I want the car going in when I set the car. I want that car to set. You don't want your car setting by the time you get to the apex of the corner. You want that car setting between the apex and the entry, so that way you can control what the car is going to do more by the time you hit the apex. You always want to be, or you already want to be in control of the car by the time you hit the apex. If your car's floating on top of the track, you can't do that. So my shock rebound, in real life, you're going to run a high shock rebound, okay? In this, though, we're going to run it at about a 3.5. The reason for that's more forward bite. As soon as that shock rebounds, it's going to push down on the rear tires, and that's going to get you that forward bite. The tire pressure, we're actually going to go up to about a 6. Real life, you're going at about a 4. So the right rear, this is where we start getting to the nitty gritty. The stuff over there on the left side is very important, but the right side of the car, because you're leaning on the right, this is where we're going to start getting into the nitty gritty, okay? So, your torsion diameter, it doesn't matter if it's a wing sprint, if it's a late model, if it's these wingless sprints, I want my right side, I want it leaning over. Anybody who's watched racing, you've always seen it. You lean over on your right side, that's where you're getting that side bite and that forward bite. My stop is actually going to be a little softer, not a whole lot on the right side, but it is going to be a little softer. My shock bump, I definitely want that all the way down. My shock rebound on the right side, I'm going to leave it at a 4. 2 things. Number 1, I want that rebounding up, and I want as much pressure being put down on the right rear of my car as I could possibly get. Number 2, you ever come out of a corner, and then your car just goes up? It's like you start to come out of the corner, then your car just goes up to the wall. That's going to help prevent that. Tire pressure, we're going to, it's Volusia. We'll keep that at a 9. We can see what happens after hot laps. Want a lot of stagger. Realistically, in real life, you're going to go to about a 12 on one of these. Again, this is video game land. It is what it is. Same on the right front. I want that thing as soft as I could possibly get it. We're going to match those up. Like I said, I don't have a custom. This is my first custom setup for these cars here. So we're going to see what happens. Shock rebound, I want same shock rebound, so that way when I come out of the corner, my front end isn't veering off to the right. I want it to be as straight as possible. Tire pressure, we're going to take that down. We're going to match that at a 9. Now, I can't see what my front brake bias is because I forgot to set my camera. But I always set my brake bias up to a 60. The reason for that is when you go into a corner and you bump your brake, it's going to send the ass end. It's going to bring your ass end around. That's the way I like to drive. There may be people that when they brake, they like to make the front end slide. So if that's what you like, you want a lower front brake bias. I like to be able to hit my brakes while being full throttle and set the car that way. That's me. Everybody's different. So I have no idea what it's on. Usually it starts at a 40, so I'm just going to pump it up here. Hopefully that's right. My left weight is already set all the way up. That's what I want. That just helps the car get sideways around the corner. Cross weight. That is the weight that's going to transfer, okay? So we want to set that up. Hot laps, about a 50.5%. Tube height is important. This is where your side bite also comes into play. Early in the night. So if you're playing online against your buddies, tube height is going to be higher than what it's going to be right now. Remember, at the beginning of the night, your travel, you want it down. So as the night goes, while you're doing career mode, you slowly go up with it. So right now, I'm going to set it at a 1. That's as far as these will go. So I'm going to set that at a 1. That may be too much. I don't know. We'll find out. Left rear wheel spacing and right rear wheel spacing go hand in hand. You're pretty much always going to keep your left rear spacing all the way down. Just for craps and giggles, I'm going to put it at a 14. Realistically, at the beginning of the night in real life, they're not spread way out, but your tires are going to be out in a sprint car, and you're going to slowly bring them in. All they do to adjust this, teams have spacers. They just throw spacers in between the wheel and the hub. They just throw spacers in there. Usually it goes from like, most teams have, I think, like a 1/4 inch all the way up to an inch, somewhere in there. So right rear spacing, we're going to keep that at about 16.8. The best way to think of right rear wheel spacing is think of a solo cup, okay? You got a big end here and you got a small end here, and you just give that a push. The tighter that is in together, the quicker you're going to spin in a circle. That's just the way, plain and best way to explain that. Tube height in the back. Oops. I'm not going to go quite as low as I am on the front. Again, some people I like a tight setting, but I don't like too tight. As long as your tube height in the front is lower, you're going to get more grip. But there's other things that you throw into the equation which are going to mess with that. So let's say in my tube height, if I would go down to a 2 inch while I'm doing my block, it's called blocking. While I'm doing my blocking, that if you probably all heard of this, my front end is going to be higher. So I'm going to get more rear grip, but my tires ain't going to be touching as much. And if y'all wondering how to get the left front to carry, this is a good start right here. If you got too much of this where your back end is sitting down, that's when you're going to start doing those wheelies. If you're doing wheelies, your front tires ain't touching, you ain't steering. So I don't want to go quite too much. Actually, I'm just going to keep it right there. Rear weight is just what it sounds like. It's how much weight you have on the back. Early in the night, I'm just going to put it at a 39. As the track starts to blow off and we start getting that dryness, I'm going to put a little more rear weight. As far as the tire steering offset and whatnot, I don't really mess with it. I know 2 clicks. That's what I always do up there in the very top one. I'm going to give it a little more gear ratio. Oops, do you want to keep this custom? Yes. So that's what I'm going to run, and we're going to try it out. We're not going to do a lot of practice laps because we're keeping this somewhat realistic. You know, in real life, this is what you do. You go out, you pull a couple hot laps, and you see if you're good. You know, in the game of video game land, in the world of video game land, you could sit here for an hour and just run hundreds of laps. We're not doing that here, though. So let's go into practice session. I am on a T248 wheel. I just got this wheel a couple days ago. I'm still kind of getting used to it. This is a great wheel. If you've never had a wheel like this before, I strongly recommend it. About $400. So let's go in here. Okay, so just to let you know, the way I run is my left foot is always on the brake pedal. No idea what my goal time is, but I don't care. Got to feather it a little bit. So I just yeah, I'm already sliding up. That's what these things do, though. Feels good. Feels real good. Wait for that oil temp to come up so that way I can start getting some good laps in here. I feel like I need a little more right side bite. Oh, I messed up there. We're gonna restart that because I feel like I can get more out of this. Like I said, I'm getting used to the wheel. I know I said we're going to try and keep this realistic. You can't restart in real life. Well, there's also video game land. I definitely need more bike. Without a custom setup, I was fast. You see that 13.138. That's a smoking lap. So I barely tapped the brake going into the corner to set the car. Feathered a little bit. That's my normal line right there. That felt good. Car feels amazing. We'll do one more lap here. Nah, this ain't gonna be a good lap. All right. So I need a little more side bite. So we're going to go to the right side here. Actually, we're going to go over here first. Even though we need side bite, I know just from feel, I need to soften that up just a little bit. Plus, I don't have a whole lot of experience in these. So I'm actually kind of learning too. We're going to go a little softer on that. A little softer on that. We're going to give ourselves just a little more stagger. You all know what tire stagger is, from the left tire to the right tire. That's how many more inches around that right side tire is. Actually, that ain't right. It's going to be like 6 inches or something like that. But just go up with that. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to try that. We're going to go to the next session, go out to qualify, see if we get any better here. I'm watching my gear ratio as I do this too. You see how many RPMs I'm pulling? Feel pretty good. One thing that you guys also need to know, in career mode, I run my custom, I run them harder than usual. I think I run them at a 103. So I've actually got to work for 102 or 103. So I've actually got to work for this. Not a great qualifying. Got 5th. Car felt good. You will know as you go through this if you need to adjust anything for the heat. Well, like I said, with these, I don't have a lot of experience with the wing sprint cars. I whizzed right through those. Actually, with everything, I whizzed right through them. So I'm basically kind of learning some of this with you, but I'm giving you kind of base setup ideas. And typically, what I found with these cars, because I ran in a league where we ran these cars, is through the night or through the A main, your car feels like it gets a little faster. So that's probably why I set that high fast time without the custom setup. Either that or my custom setup just sucks. No, that ain't it. But I think we'll set a new fast time. All right. So left foot on the brake. I'm not pressing down. These cars you can just hammer it down. You actually got to work the throttle in these cars. Ooh, I felt some grip there. All the way up to the wall. I went all the way to the wall. You heard my throttle. I got on it a little too much. This is going to be a good one, I think. Man, there's a lot of grip down there. Coming around for the white flag, so we're not going to get the heat win, but we're going to make it to the qualifying dash. The car still feels great. I wonder if that was a bump lap where I got that 13-1. Might have been. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to the qualifying dash. As far as anything for setup goes, I really don't. You know, we are going to do this. We're going to go up just a little bit. We're going to even out the rear tube height. That's going to squash it down, let it squash down on the straights instead of it already being down. We're going to see if that works. Maybe it works in these. Then I'm not going to bring it all the way in quite yet. I think that left rear already is. Nope. Okay, now it is. Gear ratio was good. I think everything else was good. So let's see if that helps us any at all. Starting fifth. As long as we finish in the top four, we're good. Wow, that thing took off to the right. Top four is what we want. Anytime you're going in and you're ready to go in the A main, front two rows are very important. That's a pretty decent lap. 14.5 on the blown track. Really gotta throw these in. I love these things. These are probably my favorite car on the game. I think I'm throwing it in too hard now. Try this high line again. I don't know. I'm not getting anything on that typical line. Maybe I should be running the high line through 1 and 2. The car feels great. I mean, the car feels absolutely amazing. I am going to change a couple of things here. So the rear spacing, I'm going to bring that all the way in. My tube height in the back, I'm going to raise that up a little bit. I'm going to keep the tube height in the front the exact same. I think everything else I'm just going to keep the way it is. We'll see what happens here. I'm not running great lap times, but I'm running good, consistent lap times. So what we'll do is we'll run this A main, and then we'll go over to the leaderboards and see how decent this setup is. This may be an absolute trash setup, but I'm new to these cars. Whew, had to feather that thing on the start. Man, these things are so much fun to drive. They did such a good job with these things. I mean, realism is obviously not going to be 100% there. It's a console game, but I love the fact that you can't just full throttle it. You got to work the throttle. So one thing that I do is I'll run some laps down low. Then I'll run some laps up high to see which is the fastest. This is going to be a good lap if I get a good 3 and 4. Set that throttle so that way I can get down here off the entry. 13.724. That wasn't that great. That felt a lot better than what it was. I mean, realistically, they're about the same, 719. I think high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4 is the way to go. Enter high, exit low. You can feel that grip catch, especially on the force feedback wheel. Wow, that was close. Ah, way too high. Got the clean stuff. Not gripping. There we go. Can't lose too much more time on them or else we're screwed. Oh, he's making contact up there. We're catching them. We're reeling them in. So going into the corners, I'm pressing very lightly on the brake. And that's how I'm getting my rotation going in. Slowly getting there. We got plenty of time. Just can't overcook the corners. This feels good. Now, two sideways. A lot of grip right there. A lot of grip. Wow. Made a lot of time on the backstretch there. I'm gonna have to go low though. Stepped on my dick through 3 and 4. Man, I cannot. Oh, it's gonna be close. Cannot get grip coming off of 4. Oh man, I thought he was gonna go high. Come on. Oh! There, we got some grip. Holy shit! You know, it's a full night of racing when you drive underneath a race car. I don't think we're gonna get him. Ah! I have no idea what my fastest lap was. I have no idea what my fastest lap was. I didn't look. I was way too busy zoning in on him. Got a second. I gotta tell you, I don't care if I got a second. That was fun. Holy crap, that was a hell of a time. I really wish I would have paid attention to what my fastest lap time was there. I don't know what it was. I was too focused. I gotta go through all of this. I'm going to Kern. Okay. I think I have it. I think I have a custom set up here at Kern. I think. I could be wrong. This track is hella fun. Nope, I don't. Alright, so we're just going to go through the same thing again. Front diameter, I'm just going to keep that about a 1. You know what? I am kind of new to these cars, so I'm going to try something a little different. I'm actually going to go up on that torsion bar stop. See if I could get more lean. I know I've raced these cars here before. Go down a little bit on that pressure. And even on my rear, I'm going to keep that kind of stiffer than usual. I'm doing things a lot different. We're just going to see if this works. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Right rear, I'm definitely going soft, though. I mean, you have to. Get that about a 9. At a 9. Tight track. I love to run the bottom here. So 13. With these cars, I can't remember if you can run the bottom. We're just going to match those. Okay, front brake bias. Can't see where I'm at, but I'm going to pump it up. My cross weight, definitely going to go up a little bit. Left weight is already maxed. Tube height for here, I'm going down quite a ways because you need a lot of front grip. Right off rip, I'm going to go down on my right rear spacing because this is a tight track. A lot of throttle control, tight corners. I'm just going to match these. We're going to see. It may be completely wrong. Then go up a little bit on ratio. Go up to here. 2 clicks. We're going to save it. We're just going to see if this works. Okay, I've ran an 11.515 here before on non-custom. Really choppy. Something's not right. It is not going in the corners like I want it to. I think I got too much front brake bias. Yeah, definitely got too much front brake bias. So let's go. I'm going to go down on that. Cross weight, we're going to go down on that. It's transferring way too fast. I don't like how fast it's transferring. That actually felt right there. That felt okay. Let's try that. No, I didn't want to go to qualify. Well, you know what? I guess fuck it. We're doing what we do. Let's see if I made it any better. You cannot run the bottom here. Wow. Not in these. I guess we kind of got down low there on entry. 11.554. One thing they need to do in this game is X button should always be for next session, triangle for the same session you're in. I hate it how if you don't meet the goal, you hit one button and you go back to keep on practicing, but you hit the same button if you met the time and you go to the next one. That is annoying. I hate that. They need to change that. The car felt like it was going into the corner. Maybe I have too much stagger in this thing. Oh shit, wrong way. We're gonna go to a 12. We're gonna max that rear weight out. We're gonna see if that works. don't even know where I'm starting. Second? Alright. I think the car's good. I think it might just be me, to be honest with you. Oh, get your Jimmy Johnson looking car away from me. Alright, well, we're the qualified dash, that's the main thing. Alright, let's see how this works out. I mean, the car feels okay. Oh! That was not... Oh! Well, it's good to know I'm not the only one hitting people. Gotta get fourth. Gotta get fourth. Slider! You got by. Back by. Big slider. Got it. Oh, you got me back. Good battle. Went for that big slider in 3. There, we got it. Is he going to get me back, though? So there was a lot of brake and a lot of feathering on this track. He's right back here. Honestly, I don't know what else to do. Like I said, with these, I'm learning with y'all. I'm just throwing things out there. Maybe if I can get more transfer to that right rear, maybe go back up to a 13, raise my tube height up, center of gravity is higher, maybe get a little more roll. I'll even go positive on that. Not a whole lot. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to find out. You know, they say F around and find out. I saved that, right? Okay, here we go. Starting fourth. What do we got? 24 laps. We'll see how this goes. Oh! That blue car and I are not getting along right now. I can't run down bottom. I want to get down to the bottom in 3 and 4. I can't get down there. Am I cooking 1 and 2 too fast? Man, I'm pumping the brake at the start-finish line. There I got down. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't run cautions. We got to restart. I don't run cautions. We're just going to restart it. Screw it. I know, realism right out the window, right? If the caution would have come out, I would not have restarted. Well, I run cautions, but I run relaxed cautions. All right. Well, that's what I get for restarting. I'm running worse than what I was. So, all's fair, right? Oh, yep. There we go. That was great. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm not the only one being a dipshit. All right, I need to figure out what the fast line is here. I think it's on the bottom of 3 and 4. Can't get to the bottom of 1 and 2. Yeah, this setup is bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, that wall is kicking my ass. That was for position. Slide job! I pulled out a 5.82 at some time with it. .572, that was a bump run. Don't hit him, don't hit him. Oh, they're wrecking somewhere. I can hear it. Yeah, I cannot hold the bottom 3 and 4. Last lap. Really, it's gonna be a 4th place. 576. Okay, let's go over the leaderboards and see it. I know that setup was just ass. I failed on that. So a 576. Let's see how that compares. Give me my rough driving. Moderate. Okay, whatever. Alright, so there's a 576. So we'll see how that compares on the leaderboards. We'll just go weekly. Fast lap. ASC, yeah. The fuck were we? Kern. 11.576. So that'd be 3rd weekly. Oops. All time. Yeah, you got guys pulling out 11.1, 10.9s, 11.1s. Gotta almost wonder if those were bump laps or not. I mean, my gosh, they're like half a second faster. That's impressive. So I don't know what they're doing. But they're doing something a lot better than what I am. But I also didn't mess around and tweak that. I think maybe if I would have tweaked it, messed around with it, it might have gotten better. Maybe it would have gotten worse. Like I said, I'm learning these cars the same as y'all are right now. I think I should have stayed softer on that left side instead of going to the hard on that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Either way, hey, I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I've got things that I have got to get done today. I hope you all have yourselves a great day. As always, take care of each other, and I will see you later. Figure out my buttons here. Stop recording. Oops. I'm getting there.